Black is in the building. We got Brother Sheffin.
I don't know when he became the host and he became the introductor, but go ahead, Sheffin.
You don't know
go ahead.
when?
I don't know when he.
We decided this before we even hit the record button for the first time.
I thought he decided that when he brought the Hennessy in.
Oh, well, you talking to Black?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tripping.
He's tripping, you know.
Got me saying the N-word, bro.
Yeah, almost had me. You almost had me. You almost had me.
Black, you tripped me up, made me be
You know what? I'm just gonna say he almost engaged in nigga activities.
See?
See, that's different.
Hey, man.
Got me saying.
Of all the shit that motherfucking get disrespected by Black. I'm out here. Reckless.
So they say.
Camera.
I got reviews.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you otherwise.
I'm not gonna say what I should say because I'm on camera
Say it.
and I'm not gonna do that.
Say it.
Nope, just I should have.
Spaghetti, my friend. Delicious. The feature beer today though is Ten-Fidy. Where's my headphone? Where's my headphone? These headphones are so hard. Got it. Damn it. They're so difficult. I don't know why. This isn't my fault, John.
Welcome to another episode of the SquadKast
By the real host.
motherfucking podcast.
By the real motherfucking host.
Man,
There you go.
We're back, bitch.
we barely made it to
We
this moment. I
back,
feel
we
like
back.
we had a
Yeah.
few technological issues
Yeah, it wasn't good.
last week led
Wasn't
to an
good.
unfortunate event, which was no new cast.
And we had a gas and it just wasn't good.
Right. We think we're on top of it this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, she's out of view here, but with us today we have a special guest.
Special guest.
We have my baby sister Erica,
Baby sis.
aka Professor Coco, Professor Chocolate,
I'm not gonna do
aka
that.
Minnie,
I'm not gonna do
aka
that.
Buster Douglas.
I think you just went too far. You just went too far.
So,
You went too far.
so say hello from the abyss.
Hi.
El Presidente.
Okay, no attitude next time. We'll appreciate that.
Well, you caused that, brother.
We have an hour of this, so you're gonna have to clean that up at some point.
I can go all
Let me
day.
crack my brew.
Wow.
Before we go any further, let me just
I
hop
look
right into
forward
this.
to
Let's
it.
just get this one out the way.
Go ahead.
Big shout out to Brew of the Week. that
Ten-Fidy.
being Ten-Fidy.
Ten-Fidy.
T-E-N-F-I-D-Y. It's an imperial
D-Y,
stout.
not two. One D.
Comes from the Ozark Blues Brewery, straight out of Colorado, USA.
They got more than trees.
Right. There you go. There you
They
go.
got brews.
I try to keep it local, but this week I just went with what I preferred, and this
Hey,
gentleman
nothing-
is a delicious brew.
Nothing wrong with that.
Black's got the Yeti, and I do apologize that it's not the Ten-Fidy, but it is actually out of Colorado as well. So welcome to the Rockies.
Welcome to the Mile High Club.
All
Pause.
right. So that being said, also let's take a quick nod to me, that is Chef, and this background we fucking with today.
Hey, shout
I
out to
hooked it
Chef,
up for us,
bro.
gentlemen. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with my own work here.
I'm very,
Took
very
me a little bit of
impressed
time to
with the
figure out
video.
some of the kinks and get some things right, and I'm sure it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me.
It's good enough.
You got to be satisfied with yourself. That's what I say.
You don't like it?
So,
Fuck yourself.
take a quick drink. I'm slightly parched. Bitches. Well, so we're back.
We're back.
Winery Des Moines.
Yeah, another
As
typical
usual.
Saturday.
All right. Ain't too bad.
Nah.
That being said,
Shit's
and-
melting though.
Right.
at
Could be a
least.
lot worse, so we'll take
That's
what we
for
can
sure.
get.
We'll definitely take that.
Professor, you experiencing much of a winter there in
No.
KC, Missouri?
No.
Or
Nah.
yeah, they KC,
It
Missouri. I
snowed
said
like
that
2
right.
days ago. It's already melted. It's 40 degrees higher there right now.
Excellent.
Shout out to KC that won the Super
Right.
Bowl.
And
Pat
baby sis is
Mahomes.
from
Right.
You
lives
know,
in Kansas City,
Andy
Missouri.
Reid finally got a
That
Super
was
Bowl
nice.
after 21 years.
Liberty, Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liberty, Missouri. It's close. It's a 30-minute drive past that.
It's not
Liberty.
a 30-minute drive.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
45 seconds to get to Kansas City.
Boom. There
It's
you
like
go.
there's Liberty, Kansas City, then it's Olathe, right?
I don't know what's on the other side. Of Kansas
Okay.
City.
Yeah, Olathe is not that far.
Yeah. It's right there.
Well, that's good at least. Did you? I think I asked you this earlier. I can't remember. Did you say you took part in the celebrations of your
No, I just
city,
went over to a friend's
of your
house.
champions?
Okay.
And, watch the parade.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And you saw the police chase.
I did.
That's what's up. No, shout out to
Making the whole
Missouri to
city
making sure.
nervous.
Like, let's make a point here. Life still goes on with or without the parade. So
Facts.
And
Crime
they
doesn't
caught the
stop
guy.
for a parade.
there you go.
Crime doesn't stop for a parade. It probably increased, matter of fact. Like,
Right.
everybody at the motherfucking parade.
Right, there you go.
Let's go
Get this shit done.
rape and pillage everything.
Hilarious. All right, well, let's just get off into it real quick.
Get
gentlemen.
into
and
it.
I felt one way initially when this happened, and then I felt another after I got a couple of different intakes, but then I was like, nah, fuck that. My first instinct was correct.
Yeah.
So that being Gayle King.
Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie,
Right.
excuse me.
Former WNBA champion, one of the first women to
legend.
dunk
A
in the
legend.
game. She's an Olympic gold medalist. She has a lot of basketball history.
For sure.
All right.
In that interview with Gayle King, she
Gayle
managed to bring up Kobe Bryant's death and the incident some years ago with the sexual assault charges
That
and
he was
whatnot.
acquitted for.
That
Exactly.
they
Full
were
innocence.
where they were dismissed.
We don't need that negativity right now.
Professor, can I get to
I'm
this?
full of negativity.
And we have a phrase around the professor. It's called "Don't cut my wisdom."
Oh yeah, you can't cut nobody's
But
wisdom.
she already has agreed to not agree to that. She's already like
The
nah,
face
I'm gonna be
said it
cutting
all.
that shit.
The face said it all.
Point being, and Lisa or Leslie, excuse me.
Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie. Okay, I don't know why I can't get this right. I'll work on it, fellas. She handled it with grace and dignity and
Yes,
respect.
right.
Yes.
Answered the question and moved on
Yes.
politely. But old Gayle King is really taking a lashing out there in the media.
That
Since I'm
bag.
slightly biased because I always had a
Fuck her.
particular place in my heart for Gayle King. I
Fuck
know
her.
she's an open friend, but I always did appreciate her. But that's neither here nor there.
I'm
at
gonna
this
keep
point.
saying it.
So my personal take initially was like, why'd you even have to
You
bring
still
that
felt
up?
that way after
And
watching the
then,
apology?
can I finish though?
Why you cutting his wisdom, bro?
God damn it, Black.
I wanted to ask the question.
Minutes into this,
To be fair,
And you
you're
already
already
started.
trying to get this wisdom out. So
that's my style. Respect that shit, all right? My first instinct though was right. Fuck Gayle King, especially when she
Fuck
pressed
Gayle
it,
King.
when she butt this, butt that.
Exactly.
Personally, I don't think it's really Lisa's responsibility to answer those.
She didn't have to answer.
It's not
Exactly.
relevant to even why they were having that
Exactly.
interview. And then of course Gayle King coming back and saying, "Well, CBS, like to show a one moment in a long interview." I'm like, well, you work for them. You should have known that's what they were going to do. You were there for the R. Kelly interview as well.
I'm interested to hear where this is gonna
So,
go.
That being said, right. So I was like, fuck Gayle King. You shouldn't have asked those questions. It was an inappropriate timing. It was distasteful. And then moving on to this ridiculous apology. Like, no, you can't apologize for that shit.
Okay.
You did what you did.
Okay.
And Gayle King, she is a very, very smart woman. She's got mad
I ain't gonna take that away
experience,
from her, but she fucked up
stature,
on this one.
and place in the
Exactly.
media.
That's why
She
she
knows
gets
right from wrong.
If you know right from wrong, it's not like.
And that's what I'm saying.
But hold
though.
on, bro. It's
Gayle
not.
King clearly knows right from wrong.
I'm saying exactly. So it's not like these questions just came out of
Right.
nowhere. This shit's pre-scripted.
So then
See,
that was
this
my
is
first
already.
reaction,
That's what I'm
right,
saying.
that
Like
this
this
is
shit,
a
they
bunch of
already you already
bullshit.
knew you was gonna talk about this shit.
But then you heard I don't know if y'all heard the Michael, what's his name? Oh my God.
Michael Dyson?
Michael Dyson, yeah, his response to it,
I did.
basically telling them to everyone to chill out, even though this is, he agreed Gayle did the wrong thing, that hers and or Oprah's contributions to the black community are great enough that, that this is just them being human beings and making mistakes. And maybe not realizing.
No,
Right.
I'm not going for
But
that.
I heard
bro.
it, but that's what I said. I'm listening to it like, you know what, Mike, you're onto something here. But then he gets to the end, I'm like, man, fuck Gayle. I can't believe she did that shit.
That bullshit.
Oprah been on bullshit. Yeah, she helped the black community, but she been down talking Russell Simmons and some more shit.
Oprah better worry about Stedman and stop dipping her nose in all this other bullshit. But back to Gayle and her bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I said before, you knew what you was gonna say. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Those questions were written down.
They're written down. They're presented to the producers who okay the shit before you actually say it. So, or even if they have the questions and they presented it to you, upon reviewing, you should have said, you know what? That's just a little too touchy for me. I'm not going to go engage that. I'm going to let this man...
And the community.
And the
For the
community.
culture.
Like, don't even bring that up. But, she did. And then she want to say, CBS this, or I'm sorry for that. Nah, bitch. I ain't trying to hear that.
Disregard.
I ain't trying to hear it. You had plenty of opportunity to veto that portion of your questions to Lisa Leslie, and you didn't have to engage in that. And then you didn't have to include the but this and the but that with the retorts and all this
Right.
interjecting
Yeah,
and all this other
It
extra
just
shit.
wasn't Lisa's
Because Lisa Leslie
responsibility.
tried to help her bum ass with her response with a couple of times with the beginning of her response, and she was kind of thrown off. But like I said, she held it with grace.
And Lisa Leslie,
But-
once again, did not have to answer a question. What it would have looked really bad if she just got up and walked off. You know what I'm saying? Just got up and left Gayle in her bad wig wearing ass and
And
sitting there.
arguably, Gayle
Bitch.
knew that. That's why she felt she could press that issue
Man,
there
look.
because of the type of pressure Lisa
She
would feel
deserved
under
Donkey
that.
of the Day. Shout out Charlamagne the
Right.
God and all that. You deserve every negative
know, I
action
recently-
coming towards your way, you dumb wig wearing bitch.
Well,
sorry.
I'm not gonna go with,
not
all
sorry.
with all the insults like that. 'cause
I
don't
just
think that's
did.
necessary. I think I can
I
say
just
fuck
did.
Gayle King
Fuck Gayle.
without insulting her.
Well,
at
I
the same
just
time.
did.
think this
I
is-
said she was very intelligent, but not on this one.
brother, we just gotta rise above that type of talk.
Ah,
That's all I'm
fuck
saying.
that, bro. I'm emotional,
Let
bro.
it be said, chef, and try.
I'm emotional, bro.
That being said,
You can edit if you want to.
Professor, I'm interested in what
El
your take
Presidente.
here. I mean, do we sound like some clowns to you? Or
El
you,
Presidente.
Are you in the same area?
Like, what her wig do to you? Like, you're really
Man,
Your
look.
beef with the wigs is ridiculous.
Man,
Like I
look.
said, she is the
You got
baddest
got
old
enough
lady on
money.
TV.
You got enough money. You
That's
should
why
be
I'm thinking
affording.
of the conversation.
You gotta
Just like-
present yourself in a higher fashion than
I don't know.
that.
I think that people, when they die, we have this bad habit of making them seem better than they are. You know, don't speak ill of the dead. You know, when somebody has a funeral, we only say good things about him. But the fact of the matter is, he was credibly accused of rape. Whether he was acquitted or
He's
not,
acquitted.
that does not equal innocence. How many people are in prison that are perfectly
Well,
innocent
listen,
right now?
it's
Does not
interesting you
Hold
bring
on.
that up because
Let him go
That
ahead.
being said, I don't know if he raped anybody. I don't know Kobe Bryant. I don't know his victims. So I'm not really even taking a side here.
Mhm.
But my point is, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to bring up all of his life.
But hold on.
Not just his accomplishments.
Let me give a
However,
retort to that after you
can
say
we
this.
give it a minute? Like, it seems ill-bred to when someone dies. Like, yeah, but I think he raped somebody. Like, you don't need to do that. His
I mean,
wife and
arguably
his
that
Hold on.
surviving
reporter
children are
who
still
posted
hurting.
that too, she just posted someone else's opinion. She didn't even like post a journalistic
Yeah.
take on the issue itself.
I,
Let-
I don't understand
posted
this
a link,
whole
basically.
someone died and they may or may not have done something horrible. Let's focus on that.
Mhm.
Like, can we give his wife and surviving children some time to digest this? Give the community some time to really heal from this. Maybe do an op-ed about it later. Do a bio on his life.
My
whatever.
only thing about
It just
that
seems
though
bad.
is why ask Lisa Leslie
Yeah, I
about
don't
that.
understand why-
That's the
I don't
whole
understand why
thing.
90% of
You know,
them
I
are
think-
That's
you
the
know,
whole
regardless.
thing. Like you
Why-
interviewing her, why is that
Yeah.
even?
I
Why
think-
why is that coming up with her?
Right, I
That's
don't
my
understand,
thing.
You know,
people's
Michael
opinion towards there.
Michael Dyson actually, I think he nailed it on the head when he said, well, clearly the reason why Gayle messed up is because she let herself be used. The reason why that happened and they
I
let
can
it
agree with
happen is
that.
because she was a black woman talking to another black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And like I mentioned with Lisa, there's just a tremendous amount of pressure where you have to straddle this line between professionalism and understanding how you might impact your future career. And like you said, Lisa would have been righteous as fuck if she got up and just walked away.
Could've
Like,
just
well,
walked
that's
away.
not why I'm even here. So
Right.
why you have to answer this question?
She
is-
did it with dignity and pride,
exactly,
man.
but
you
she
know.
probably
She did.
understood the greater consequences of doing that and not just,
Oh,
throwing
off
her
camera,
emotions
she
on the
probably let
sleeve.
Gayle have it.
Oh,
She
she
probably
did.
let Gayle have it off
After it was
camera.
over, right? I mean, hopefully.
You done lost your rabbit ass
Hopefully.
mind.
I
Right.
hope so.
That was all the look I got. She, like I said, she didn't portray it, but she definitely
Mm-hmm.
showed her ass.
And Oprah crying on ABC or the morning show, whatever show she was on, about how it's really rough for Gayle right now, and Gayle's
Oh,
scared right
my
now, and Gayle's
gosh.
got to
I
get
didn't
security
watch
right
that.
now.
I hear
Like,
about that.
Gayle
the
already
thing
has
is that
security.
the problem I have, exact number one, Gayle is rich as hell and famous as hell. She already has security.
That's why she can afford a better
And
wig.
boom, afford is the key word there. She can afford to do those. No, you're not a victim. She just isn't a victim. I don't believe.
Like your sister said, like how does it fit? How does that look to Kobe Bryant's wife
Yeah.
Right.
and the the remaining kids
Mm-hmm.
and family that had to hear about that, look at it, read it, whatever the case
We
may
need some
be,
respect.
and until we get some clarity on that, then I'm gonna forever think that Gayle is wrong, and y'all could bash me for whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll just take that heat.
Yeah, I won't call it a B word. I was mad that
You
way.
did already.
Exactly. But I'll slow down on that, but she did fuck up.
She
miserably.
fucked up.
Big
Hey,
time, big
what's the movie like? You know you done fucked up, right?
Exactly.
You know you done
Fucked
fucked
up,
up, right? Gotcha. Not you, but
Let's see here. There's something else we should have talked about. Oh man, first of all, I see one of y'all cough. You're gonna need to get a mask and get the hell up out
I ain't got no
of here.
coronavirus.
We gotta talk about
You
this
could have the virus for
coronavirus.
14 days and not know
Holy
it.
smokes! Y'all been to China
Look.
recently?
So
Look
Don't
here.
play with me, man. Y'all
Look
been
here.
to China?
I'm good. I ain't been to China.
All right.
I don't even eat
I can't get
Chinese
a passport.
food,
I
bro.
keep
I'm
getting
good
it.
on that.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
eat.
I know, right? That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
eat some young guy, or I don't go to Saigon and all this other
I
shit. I'm
see.
cool on that,
I
bro.
see. So yeah, coronavirus, man. I was just talking to Powers last night before we
Yeah.
hit the barbecue joint.
Yeah.
And I felt that, I'm not, I love a good conspiracy theorist, but theory,
Let's talk
but
about
I
it.
don't really get out there too heavy with it.
Let's go.
But I just feel like, bottom line, this does seem a tad bit different than the last few handful of
Ebola was the last one.
outbreaks
Exactly.
and whatnot, right? In that, I don't remember everyone shut down on the borders. I don't remember anyone building hospitals in a week. I don't
because
remember.
nobody gives a shit about Africa.
I mean, I've seen videos of people being removed from their home forcibly and put in giant metal boxes in the back of trucks
Yeah.
because they're suspected of having this shit.
No,
Yeah.
they were. When Ebola was a couple years ago, whenever that was,
Yeah, maybe
they
okay.
showed people being forcibly removed from
Okay,
their
well,
homes.
so I
They
missed
showed people
that.
trying to escape from the little
Yeah.
pop-up hospitals and
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly. Like I said, so
They had
now
them
all
all.
of a sudden,
They had them all
we don't
quarantined
hear
in different little
anything else
areas.
about it. Why don't we hear anything about it? It was so
What's going on with
deadly.
It's
Ebola
and
because
shit.
we
now?
have so much more trade with China. We're so much more dependent on China, codependent on China. We have no dependency on Africa that the United States.
Because they raped and
is
pillaged
touting.
everything.
They ain't shit.
So-
Well, no, they have yet to finish doing that. Let's be very
Oh,
honest about
yeah,
that.
well,
They're
you
making
know,
a grand return.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got the 10% of Africa.
Well, albeit, or so be it for Professor to interject a little bit of rationale here into the conversation. And so, but let's talk about the doctor who discovered this thing has died. When's the
Yeah,
last
that's
time?
what I
I've
said.
never, ever heard of that happening,
Wasn't
except
it
for in the
same-
movies.
wasn't
Yeah,
it the same-
Contagion.
for the movies.
That
You ever
shit-
seen the movie
Yes,
Contagion?
exactly.
The
That
scientist
shit
doctor
is
died?
crazy.
Oh
But
my
didn't the
God.
same thing happen with the Ebola? Didn't the doctor that...
I don't remember.
No,
that.
he didn't
I
die.
don't
They
remember.
didn't die.
I don't
But
remember.
I did see a video today where they showed a woman who was accused or diagnosed with the coronavirus, right? No, and they saw her trying to run, get in her car, and trying to escape, right?
Yep.
These motherfuckers ran and dragged this one little Asian woman out of her car like she had robbed 10 banks,
Yeah, damn.
right? And threw her. I mean, they was like manhandling her. Long story short, she died. Right
Damn,
there.
right.
Right there on the ground.
Jeez Louise.
Died.
Not messing around.
Died. She's gone.
So it feels differently, and granted, China is a different beast. Being a communist country, they have a different type of way in which they run their folks,
They're
if
also
you will.
so densely populated, and
Right.
China doesn't want to be responsible for a world epidemic.
Right.
I think it's a little late for that.
Well, it's too late for that. It's too late for that.
And that being them being so big and powerful and popular that's just it. A lot of people do travel in and out of China as a result of that. So, it's just getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
It isn't. Things have been worse here in America in past epidemics, if you will. Swine flu. If y'all remember when that was hitting
Swine
the States, there
flu.
was people in Iowa who died of that. Several
Mad
people
cow
who died.
disease. All
So-
type of
Now they
shit.
about to update the
Right.
little application saying, have you visited China within the last year?
All
or so?
right. Oh, wait a minute. Flag.
You're done.
Hey, bro, what's up with the rubber gloves, man? No, I'm good. I'm just gonna go home. I don't want to go. I don't
Your
want
ass
to
in
go.
quarantine and shit.
Shit. I remember when swine flu was happening though. About a month or two into it, when it was really ratcheting up, I was watching an old school episode of Sanford and Son, the classic.
Shout out Red Fox.
Shout out to Red Fox, and I can't ever remember
Legend.
Lamont's
Brady
actual
face.
name, but his real life name. But shout out to Lamont. I've already decided my next animal. His name will be Lamont in honor of Lamont, the big dummy.
Lamont.
So, and in one of those episodes, Red Fox brings up swine flu, that it was something that was happening around L.A. in the United States in like the 60s or 70s. I can't remember when that was actually shot, so whatever the actual era that was. But then I looked it up, and sure enough, swine flu was not new.
No.
It had already had its, turn in a few different places.
Yeah,
where
none
people
of this
got
shit
sick
is
and died of
new,
it.
bro.
Like I said,
Ain't none of this shit
It just
new,
helped put in
man.
perspective
Come
that the
on,
media
man.
loves a good old-fashioned outbreak.
Yeah.
And people getting sick and dying,
Yeah.
even better for them to put that on the news and get us all ratcheted up and scared.
Instead of letting the people
That
die
being
of
said, coronavirus still feels different.
violence, they just go ahead and send a little outbreak monkey out there and just get everybody
Right,
fucked
see what
up.
happened,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's just crazy.
Speaking of, y'all ever been out of the country?
Yeah.
Where you been?
I'm a former Army brat. So
you brought this up in one of the first couple.
I lived in West Germany for a little bit.
Okay.
You know, on base. That's my really only abroad experience. I've never really traveled outside of that, as far as overseas. But you know, I lived there for I think like 6 to 8 months.
Black?
Never for me. I've been state to state, different states.
Me neither. I've never been out of the country. I would like to go, but
crazy experience.
That's still a motherfucker, you know. Professor, I'm pretty sure that's a no to you, right? You never been out of the country, right?
I've been to Canada.
You been to Canada? When'd you fucking go to Canada?
El Presidente went to Canada.
Oh, this is definitely. Was this pre 9/11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we tried to go to Mexico the following September. The 9/11 happened and they closed the border. Like, we were on our way.
I see.
It was crazy.
I'm going to be honest. Fuck going to Mexico. I never once ever wanted to go to Mexico.
Never wanted to go
It's
there.
a fucking wild, wild west down there, man. The government does not run Mexico. Point blank, period.
That's
the cartel's
true.
out of control. I mean, even the Mormons is getting it the worst way
Did
from
you
the cartels
go?
down there.
That was crazy how they killed all them people, the kids,
a bunch of women
and
children,
everything.
dude.
Hella weird.
That was.
That
I guess
doesn't seem personal
they
as
haven't
fuck.
gone down there
That seemed
for a
personal as hell
while
to me.
doing whatever it is that they was doing, and I mean, there's a lot of speculation on that, but they said that somebody got in with one of the cartels as far as like. I don't want to really throw the speculation out there, but it was just some negative shit that happened, and they was targeted.
That being said, there is a huge Mormon population down in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
There's even a particular group that lives in a town where they protect themselves with gun nests,
Yeah.
hidden in trees and shit like that. And the cartels know this, and they just don't fuck with those places. There's no business for them there anyways. And there's been a few clashes, but the Mormons always come out on top. They're like, fucking,
Not that time.
Everyone coming into town.
Not that time. Not
Right,
not
and that
that
was just
time.
it. They were traveling. In fact, they were outside of quote
It
unquote
was
their
women,
town, their protected area,
kids.
so-
They look.
Just that little boy and
The
little girl
Italian
lady.
mafia, they only whack out the people sent to get whacked out. The cartel, they kill everything moving. Everything moving.
Don't get caught up in it. Now, Professor used to do a little business with the cartels back in the day. See, she just don't want to get caught up in this shit again. That's all that is. All right, we won't go there. That's fair, Professor.
Leave that right behind y'all.
You can't be doing that on camera, brother.
Right.
What is you doing? We don't know what he's talking about. Shout out to Ten-Fidy. We're gonna shout them out one more time.
I mean,
They just got Chef and saying
lie to you
anything.
guys. This is some of the best beer available right now.
We see
It just is. It delivers flavor,
We definitely
liquor.
see that.
I mean, alcohol content is off the. Ten-Fidy is not a coincidence. It has 10.5% alcohol. It's like drinking 2 beers simultaneously, 2 regular beers simultaneously, like 4 light beers. Okay. Yesterday I had a beer that had 14% alcohol in it. It cost me $10.
So
It was
that's
worth
2
it every
Four
fucking drop,
Locos.
though. It was delicious.
That's 2 Four Locos. In
This
one
is
can.
crazy. This is crazy.
Fuck a Four Loko though. I don't be drinking all that
Yeah.
silly shit. Give me the beer.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Capo, you still ain't drinking? You still ain't drinking on a regular basis? Me and Black haven't broken your spirit yet?
I don't drink. I don't plan on engaging on drinking anytime soon in the near future. I'm gonna stay with the water. I wish I had some alkaline water, but
What's
you know,
up with you and alkaline water?
it's
though?
the
It's
shit.
a bunch of horse shit. That's what
fuck
it is.
with Chef and talking
It's a bunch
about.
of horse shit.
All right, we're gonna
We're gonna have a whole episode
we're
about
gonna
this.
have a
I'm
whole
telling
debate
you.
about this. I'm
This shit's
telling
gonna
you.
get loud.
It's gonna have a debate.
We're gonna have to stand in the corner to
We're
shout
gonna
at
have
the
a
mics. okay?
slideshow.
You need to bring a scientist.
I'm gonna have a
There you
motherfucking
go.
yeah. We're gonna do all that.
Science Friday.
Yeah, all that, and we're gonna end this motherfucking debate on
Once
why.
and for all, no,
yeah.
because listen, you know what? I don't know if y'all ain't realized this yet, but even when I'm wrong, I refuse to admit it. So
Oh, we know.
I'll take this shit to the grave.
We're gonna
cuz,
keep.
all
Hey,
right?
We know.
deny.
Nah, that's you know what? My famous words from my father. Even if they have evidence, deny.
That's Trump. That's
Yeah,
Trump.
like, it's Trump.
That's why you like
I
Trump.
tell you what, right? This out. You know what? My dad might know Donald Trump.
Oh, my God.
Oh, now
What did they say you did? Fuck it. Tell it. Say you didn't do it.
Now you want to
Just
blame
say
your dad
you-
for your Trump believing.
Hey, you know
you ain't
hey,
shit.
shout
Now
out.
you want to throw your dad under the
Trump
bus.
2020. Trump
You
2020.
ain't
Okay.
shit.
I'm just getting on the bandwagon, so when they come rounding us up, I'll be like, hey guys, remember, I am a Trump guy. Like, that's right, Chef is cool. Where's Black at?
Fuck them and you with that bullshit.
I'm working both sides of the road, brother. I know what I'm. This is
bet you
America.
is,
You gotta do this. You
motherfucker.
gotta grease them motherfucking tracks, okay?
Man, that shit is crazy.
I just want to say too, facts. I am the best looking SquadKast member. I just want to say that. The most handsome of the crew. So.
Was there a vote?
In your mind, that you tell
Yeah, it was a singular person vote. I voted yay in my favor.
In his mind.
Therefore, I am the most handsome. So, all right.
My bad, I just didn't want to walk in like that.
What up, killer?
Like, what's this dude doing over here?
Did you not hear? What's happening? What's happening? Those chucks down there. Yeah. Take the boots off. What's happening, young blood? What's your name, man?
That's Lil G. Cool, man.
Is this your little one?
Yeah, that's GB3.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Professor, don't touch that fucking mic again. I swear to God, you just lean into it. Don't touch it. You just lean into it.
Talk about brother and
There
sister
you
love.
go. There you go. Oh, it is a microphone.
That sibling love.
Right.
There are some headphones here if you like to, if you like to listen to yourself. Otherwise, trust me, we can hear you.
I know what I sound like.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Well, we're back from break.
We're back.
Okay. First of all, alkaline water's horse shit. I just want to say that. We'll get into that in a later date in the episode.
Yep,
Please do
we
not
will.
respond to that, DJ Capo.
Yep, I won't. I won't. Fuck what he's talking about. Alkaline water's the shit.
You know, as we mentioned
Drink
earlier,
up.
as we mentioned, we had a little technical issue last week, and we were talking about some prominent black figures, current and past in the community. And we talked in depth about these gentlemen and ladies. I can't remember. Do we have any ladies?
I don't think we.
Sorry, Professor.
Yikes.
A little embarrassing to
That's
have to admit
sexist,
that in
but-
front of a woman. So
Not that episode.
we have to do better, gentlemen. Proof is in
I
the
just feel
pudding.
like you don't need a woman here to understand how sexist that is, but do you?
Well, fair.
Wow.
Hopefully you were witnessing to me realizing this live.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Sad.
So
but-
that being said, next time we need to do better. That being said, I have to admit, gentlemen, it's been a really long week for me, and I failed on my task to get new folks to talk about. I really wanted to get into some of Cornel West's history. I honestly I didn't do my proper research, so
That's all right, man.
I'm prepared. So obviously I still have the folks I talked about last week, so we can get into that.
Yeah.
Got you.
That being said, in fact, I like Capital to go first here. If that was yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll start first.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Black wants to go
Black
first.
wants to go
That's
first.
right.
So-
SquadKast host Black would
Yeah.
like to.
Yeah.
Would like to go.
So I'll co-sign Brother Sheffin.
Will you do the same thing? Ooh. Woo.
He feels
Pressure's
good because
off
he
my
was the first
chest.
person to get it out. Okay. Originally,
Oh, my.
I did choose Harold Washington. He was a mayor from Chicago, but
You didn't originally choose him.
You mean for his second round? He originally chose for the second round.
Oh
Someone
my
he's not gonna
goodness!
talk
What
about.
is
Jay,
wrong
why
with
did you
this
even bring the
brother?
fucking up?
What is this
Why
brother
no?
talking
I
about?
guess you know it's fair. I brought up Cornel West.
Oh my
No, it's okay.
goodness!
Yeah, okay, so
I'm
I'ma
sorry,
say-
I didn't mean to do that, but I mean we gotta get him correct out
Oh
here.
man, this is embarrassing.
Dick Gregory was my first person that I chose. He was born October 12, 1932. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri, moved to Chicago, and became a comedian. He was known for being a comedian and a civil rights activist. The biggest thing he was known for was he was the first black comedian to successfully cross over to the white audience.
Was it on Carson? Was that the show he did it on, or was whoever was before Carson?
It was before.
Yeah, I was just about to
before
say
Carson, and he was also elected president too. By the way,
I was gonna
Gotta look
say
into
that,
that, guys.
well.
better look into that. That's a
Look,
fact.
look, Professor back there already
President
down
of
this
what?
shit.
The United States
of America.
That's what I thought you
America.
meant.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Look it up.
It's
Google
out
it.
there.
It's out there. If you don't know,
It's a YouTube,
go to
He
YouTube.
didn't
Look up the
win,
interview.
but he sure was
I don't know if
elected.
YouTube is a credible source.
No, I said look up his interview.
Since when, motherfucker? What you talking about?
He'll tell you.
Google is the
All right,
source.
I'll look it up.
No one knows
Google
that.
What's
it
his
too.
name?
Dick
Google knows
Gregory. And we're not trying to be sexist when we say that name.
Yeah,
So
y'all ever-
you might want to look up Richard.
Y'all ever Google some shit
Gregory.
and it
I'll look up
comes
Dick
back
Gregory.
with no results? Man, do I panic when that happens. I'm like, wait a minute, this
You'll
is not
see
a
it.
real thing?
Oh, you
Did I hit the end of the universe with this question? Anyways, go ahead, brother.
But like we said, the reference was, I remember you guys talking about Al Gore losing to machines in Florida or some shit like that. We were talking about that presidential race that year.
Yeah, when
But that's
Bush.
exactly what happened with Dick
Goddamn,
Gregory.
tags.
And the machines broke or some shit like that. Cuz referenced it. Like I said, this is the Lost Chronicles, so we're going to bring it back for y'all.
Right.
So,
Well,
machines-
you referenced that, didn't you? You
yeah,
referenced the Lost
exactly.
Chronicles.
Because
Oh, he and you know what? Go ahead, Blair. I'm cutting your wisdom. That's what I'm doing.
I was waiting
apologize,
for it to
brother.
come, but
I
you
respect
know.
you as a man.
But yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, you can Google it. There's also a YouTube not documentary, but he did an interview where he references that actual.
He goes in depth.
Exactly.
He gives detail upon detail about how he won. He talks about how the machines and all the other shit. I don't want to give it away. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all
He's
do your
his
research.
own source of information? Is
No,
that
that's
what
why
you
we said Google it
It
too.
was an interview with
And
him.
it was an interview.
But he
Somebody,
was just laying out the
Okay.
obvious and verifiable.
we got a
verifiable
skeptic.
Facts.
We got a
Right.
skeptic.
I'm just trying to gather all the information
got a
so I can
skeptic.
make
This is
an
Professor. I
informed
mean, this is what she
opinion
does.
on
This
it.
is a skeptic.
She's a doubter and a hater by nature.
Well, I'm not gonna say a hater
I'll
by
give you that.
Okay.
Daughter
Oh,
of
okay.
hater.
Well,
I'll give you
okay.
that.
Okay.
Another,
Well, there you go.
Great quote he would say is, "I'll just say keep hope alive." That's all I'll say is keep hope
Keep
alive.
hope alive.
Okay.
That was one of his quotes.
Okay.
I would hope. That would hope. Wait, that was what's his name?
There we go.
We was talking about him earlier. What's his name?
Cornel West.
No. No. Fucking. He's on TV now. Well, he used to be. He's on MSNBC or whatever.
Al Sharpton?
There we go. That was Al Sharpton.
The snitch. the snitch. He gets no credentials. None.
Well,
we don't address him as the Reverend or none of that
None
shit.
of
He
that
lost
shit.
all that
None of
shit.
that.
He's a snitch.
DJ,
Oh yeah, now we
Brother DJ?
on who's your first person?
what you got for us, brother? Who you got for us today?
I mean, I didn't switch up none of my people because I
Yeah,
just
they're
felt like
holy. You know what? I retract my repentantness for not coming up with additional people. It seemed like the entire SquadKast crew decided to.
I just felt that my
Just
people was
not do that.
that powerful to me that I wasn't going to switch
I
it up.
respect that.
you
Yeah,
know?
for sure. I mean,
So-
I'm still tripping over Christmas habits. So we'll
Yeah,
go to that.
yeah, that you didn't know about. I couldn't
Exactly.
believe
No,
that
these
you
guys.
that you didn't know
I
about.
couldn't
Wow,
believe
Fucking
that.
historians
that's something
over
you
here.
learned in
No,
fucking
they
fourth
know
grade.
everything.
Bro.
Exactly.
What was you
Fourth
doing in
grade.
fourth grade? What was you doing in
Fuck, you
fourth
go to
grade?
Harvard fourth grade?
Fuck no! Shout out to Chicago Public
Chicago
School.
Public fucking school.
I'm not gonna do that.
motherfucker.
Wow,
I'm not
well,
shouting
hey,
out to them. I don't know
well,
what
whatever.
that is.
That's neither here nor there.
Exactly.
Please,
Christmas.
brother.
Motherfucker. Get a load of this guy.
One of the two people I chose was Dr. Ben, or his real name is Joseph Alfredo Antonio Ben Yocanan. He was born December 31st,
That's a lot of names.
1918. He was educated at the University of Puerto Rico, Universidad de La Habana. He was a writer, historian, activist, and Egyptologist. He's considered to be one of the more prominent Afrocentric scholars in the black community. Brother Sheffin was talking about Cornel West, and Cornel West said, and I quote, he was blessed to study at the feet of Dr. Ben.
That's what's up.
All right. He's wrote over 49 books, mostly on Nile Valley civilization. Some of his work that he's done personally, he was a teacher He began teaching Egyptology in Malcolm King College in Harlem, 1950. All this time he put in there, he ended up becoming a part-time professor at Cornell University. Ended up being a full-time professor there as well. So shout out to Dr. Ben. He's passed away. He got survived by 13 kids.
Not as many as you think, though.
No, not as many as the next person I'm gonna talk about. But yo, shout out to Dr. Ben. He's a pillar in the community, especially in the conscious community, black community as well. I mean, you got a great, like Cornel West say, he was a blessed, the study at his feet. That says a lot. You know, Cornel West is a definitely powerful man in himself.
Right.
So
shout out to real quick on that note, the Midwest Matthew.
Yeah, Midwest Matthew.
I'm bringing the great Cornel West here.
He did. Cornel West was in this building.
In this building. He was talking into one of these damn mics right here. So excellent. Well, I guess that means it's my turn.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I'd like to reiterate, I'm the most handsome SquadKast member. That being said, let's hop into...
I don't judge men.
Crispus Attucks, gentlemen. Crispus Attucks.
We learned about him in 4th grade.
Oh, shit. Make me so mad. Gonna continue. Crispus Attucks, born 1723 in Framingham, Massachusetts. This gentleman is referred to as the first casualty in the American Revolution.
Yes.
He was born into slavery.
Yep.
His father being a slave, his mother a Natick Indian, which essentially means
she was black.
Term. No, it means that
she was black.
No, a Natick Indian is actually what English settlers called Indians they forced into converting to Christianity, basically. There's a particular tribes on the East Coast that they, strong arm basically into settling.
So European Anglo-Saxons,
bam,
forced their way over here,
bam,
and made these Native Americans, because I'm not gonna call them Indians, but Native Americans,
yep,
convert over to
bam
the spook god.
Well, brother DJ knows a little bit something about Crispus Attucks.
Okay.
We've already established Chicago has better schools than Iowa. Okay.
This gentleman, though, born into slavery, his father being one, he eventually escaped off into the Boston Harbor.
Left Freedom Ring.
A sailor, excuse me.
God damn it.
Back and fro between the Keys, the Bahamas, all that type of stuff.
All that good shit.
Like merchant sailor type thing, right? And essentially that type of work was in direct competition with British soldiers who would be landbound after, a particular stint out on sea on a boat or whatnot.
European Anglo-Saxons.
Excuse me. Combine that with the ever-tightening grip of the British Empire on the United States, or the Americas, whatever you want to call it, the colonies, however you want to state it. A lot of tension was brewing in the air. Yeah. Some asshole British soldier comes wandering his ass on into the to a bar. What's this in
was it
1770?
Was it actually a bar? Or would it be a tavern back then?
A pub.
It could have been. Yeah.
Which still exists to this day.
Till this fucking
conspiracy.
What is the
I don't
conspiracy?
know, but thanks Obama for your pubs.
Okay.
Just adding nonsense into the conversation. That being said, this British soldier come in, I'm sure feeling all empowered by the United Kingdom, talking shit, ran into Crispus and his drunk fellows, and got his ass washed right out the front fucking door.
By a free slave.
Now, I'm stuck between blaming this soldier or Crispus and the gang on how the night's events rolled out. Because had this gentleman not coming to the bar and started the shit in the first place, he wouldn't have got the bee's nest all fucking stirred up.
Okay.
So here he goes. He get these drunk fellows stirred up. They whoop his ass. They hit the streets celebrating. What do they come across at the customs office? Some lone British soldier looking dumb as hell all by himself, and they roll his ass over too.
2 for 1 special.
Right. So now when you're drinking and after coming after such a high of a victory, you're not really thinking this through. This guy, whose ass they just whooped, got a bunch of soldier buddies who come out of nowhere with them heaters, with them long rifles.
Muskets.
The muskets, right?
The muskets.
Hold up, we're going to get them. Hold up. We're going to get them. Y'all stay right
with
there.
With the bayonets on that motherfucker, too. Don't forget the bayonet.
Right. And young Crispus Attucks.
Young Crispus.
At the forefront of this fight.
Sacrifice.
The first gentleman shot and killed in what is known to this day as the Boston Massacre, which effectively led to the American Revolution.
There's literally a picture of him being shot. They have
Jesus
it out
Christ.
there. Like, you can go.
And I never heard of this. Never once. This did not come to. Do you remember
Yeah.
this?
I've never learned that in my life until now.
You see what I'm saying?
Like
I went to a Des Moines public school though, so
I didn't remember.
I-
Well,
which
don't
is kind of
disrespect
regarded
Des
as
Moines public
equality.
school like that,
Yeah,
because
it's kind of-
even
it's
us in Chicago
decent.
had to take the
I'm
Iowa test.
disrespecting my
Right,
specific
exactly.
teachers. If I
I
could
was just
remember their
about to say.
names, they were dog shit.
Oh,
Not
It
everyone.
was called the Iowa.
shout out
what
to
was it,
Erica's
the Iowa
teachers for
test
being
case?
dog shit.
So,
Motherfuckers.
classically, here we are, America. It is what it is, basically, because not only black men, but essentially a lone black man fronted the entire weight of a nation with a few shots to the chest that kicked off what eventually became the American Revolution.
Yes.
So we are here where we are, and this is kind of, after reading this and understanding this, and especially this last couple of weeks where you guys have been irritatingly reminding me that you know this information already.
Yeah, we knew about this already.
That, my patriotism runs a little bit deeper as a result of this information right here.
To who?
Okay?
Yeah.
To this country.
Oh,
To
motherfucker.
these borders that we have laid out.
Why does that lead to deeper
You
patriotism?
crazy,
Just knowing
bro.
just that a black man has made
Really?
the ultimate sacrifice in what effectively became America. Not even, and not kidding. I mean, what's amazing about this is slavery was active at the time, and this gentleman escaped it.
Went up
It
north.
still became the reason
and
why
became a free
America
slave.
is what it is today. Essentially, he started like, you know what?
I
If y'all just
disagree
gonna
with you
kill us like
wholeheartedly.
this,
Yeah, I think you're giving this man too much weight.
I totally
That's-
disagree
You think so?
with you. I totally
I mean,
disagree
you're
with
you're
you.
talking
Yeah,
about it as if he's the reason the war broke out. Like somebody
That's
was like, "Oh my
basically-
God, they killed one."
It was he was
that's
minimum. He
not-
was the tipping point, which takes me back to
This is
the
the reason
Roots
why he's a
album, the
Trump
tipping
supporter.
point, which is a fucking classic. But
It's the
that's
reason
neither here
why-
nor there. That being said, I mean, he was the tipping point.
If that's how you want to rationalize that, I don't agree
That's
with
where
you,
I'm at
bro.
with
I
this,
mean,
so-
I whatever.
On this day in history, I
Okay,
say.
well, you have
Shout out to
your
Christmas Addict.
shout out Christmas addicts for being a sacrifice,
Bam.
being a free slave and sacrificing himself
It's-
on pride
it's not like
for
he got
whooping
any
some
real
European
recognition or things
Anglo-Saxons
changed about
ass
the black
because they
condition, but-
approached the man incorrectly. And that's what happens when you approach a man incorrectly. You get your ass
You get
whooped.
your ass whooped.
Now,
What I say is, like, you come at me wrong, you're gonna get the wrong results.
so shout out Christmas addicts for whooping ass and taking names later.
Taking one for the team in the most
But
ultimate way.
I'm not gonna say
On
and agree
principle.
with this brother here. As
On
far as to the
principle.
extent, you know.
They beat someone's ass like, and another one, and another one, and you hit the streets.
Caught a 2 for 20. Caught a 2 for 20 that night.
All right, brother Black, you got us another
So,
example there.
My second.
Another-
You going to our second person? right?
Please.
I mean, how many did you have?
Smart
He
ass.
has 7.
Okay, so my second person.
It's the questions he asks sometimes. I just don't know where he be at.
So my second person was Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Shout out Keenan.
Of course, he produced In Living Color.
Yes.
Classic.
Grew up June 8th, 1958 in New York.
That's when he was born, not grew up.
There you go.
I gotta
Wow.
clarify for the people,
My
man.
bad. I was,
Wait. Say this again. He was.
He said
Y'all confused the shit out
he
of me. Say
said
this again.
he said he grew up June 8th. You don't grow up June 8th. That's why I had to
That
clarify
was
for
the
the
thing. You
people.
could have possibly have done some growing,
Yeah,
though.
my
Let's be
bad.
honest.
Nah,
My
man.
bad.
I
He
can't
was
have my
born-
mans out here like
He
that,
was
man.
born June 8th, 1958
Got
in
you,
New
got
York.
you.
My
Come on,
bad.
man.
Grew up in the
Now I look like the
projects.
asshole.
He was a black filmmaker. The biggest thing for me was he put his whole family on,
Facts.
also including people like Jennifer Lopez.
Jim Carrey,
Exactly.
Fly
Jim
Girl, the
Carrey,
original Fly Girl.
David Allen Greer,
David Allen Greer.
Tommy
the most
Davidson.
underrated comedians ever.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie
Classic.
Foxx, yeah, he's the one. Of
You
course,
know.
his sons and brothers.
Jim
and
Carrey.
Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans.
Shout out SW1.
Yeah, the whole ride. SW1. White
So-
chicks never would have happened without SW1, man.
And that kind of ties into the whole
You're stupid, bro.
Dick Gregory, coming on and putting everybody on from the get-go to begin with the comedy and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's why I chose them too. And Keenan Ivory Wayans was He's worth $65 million. Like I said, if you don't know about Living
it?
Color, you see
On a
feel like
bad
you should be
day.
worth more
On a
than
bad
that.
day.
I mean, I'm not worth
They
65
don't
million,
get
so
credit.
go ahead. But
I'm close,
like it
but
should
not
be
right
more.
up
I was
there.
actually kind of shocked when I
I'm
saw
worth
that too.
65.
But you know, the man's only gonna allow you to have so much.
It's
True.
no different than with living single with the whole Friends Jack move. Come on now. But yeah, they don't get we don't get. Oh my God, I'm getting tongue tied. They don't get enough credit. Excuse me.
did you see that thing where David Schwimmer from Friends was talking about they should make an all-black Friends?
Oh,
And everybody
right.
was like, "Did you forget
Moron
about
Living Single?"
what?"
Right.
Super goofy.
Was better,
Wow.
funnier, and first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's crazy.
Well, shout
I
out
can't-
to Keenan Ivory Wayans, man.
Yeah, shout out Keenan Ivory Wayans and the
I
whole
mean, talk
Wayans-
about putting
Wayne
on the
clan.
fam.
Yeah, man.
Putting on the fam.
Even their kids
Exactly.
are in the
Right.
business, you know, and
3
doing well,
generations now,
thriving.
Waynes.
You know,
Making bread.
that name's gonna
The
live
fucking
on.
empire.
That
Right.
name's gonna live on. Like I don't know if they're gonna have the potential to be like the Rockefellers and all that other shit, but the name's gonna live on.
We're going to be 85 years old and be like, Wayne's, holy shit, there's another one? There's another one like shit like that Chappelle skit. He's like, Wayne's. We used to get that call for an audition that he gets turned down and like, who got it? Wayne's?
Yeah,
There's another
there's
one?
another one. God damn it.
All right, well, Brother DJ, who else you got for us today then, please?
I got another one, Dr. Sebi, or
Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi, or real name Alfredo Darrington Bowman. He was born November 26, 1933, in Honduras. He was basically famous for herbal healing, being a herbalist. He definitely believed in the vegan diet. He was known for working with a lot of celebrities as far as giving them spiritual guidance, also health guidance. He's also has been accredited for healing several type of ailments from people, syphilis, gonorrhea,
AIDS.
HIV, certain forms of cancer, things of that nature. I'm not going to go into all of it, but the major ones, the heavyweights right there alone should let you know.
All right, that's worthwhile.
You know, worth doing some
Worth
reading
a
on the
little
man.
research, right?
Right.
For sure, look into it.
So one thing that he was known for outside of that was 1987, he beat the Supreme Court and New York State Attorney Generals accused him of practicing medicine without a license. And one of the pieces of evidence that got him off was he never diagnosed these people. He just treated them based off what they said, paperwork from the hospitals, things of that nature. And he just basically just gave them a vegan diet to follow.
Right. Gave
You
them
know.
some choices for them to make.
Right. And
Yes.
then, you know, they took the stand and showed that they were cured of these said ailments. So, you know, that was big. You don't get a lot of black men being able to beat the Supreme Court or any kind of court for that matter.
Like a
Shit.
malpractice
You can't
for
even
sure.
beat a motherfucking ticket, let alone the Supreme Court. You know, but shout out Dr. Sebi. He's passed away. He died August 6, 2016 in Honduras where he was born. He survived by 17 kids, so he's got more than Dr. Ben. But, you know, his legacy lives on. Dr. Sebi products are still available for people. You can go on Instagram. You can go on YouTube, look him up. You can go on Google, look him up. His grandkids, his family are still thriving, and they still got his products for. If you got any kind of health issues or something you want to purchase, go ahead and look that up. But those are the two I got, and I feel like they was, like I said, definitely pillars in the community that need to be talked about because maybe not a people don't know about them.
For sure. Dr. Sebi definitely will probably be continuously one of the most underrated individuals in world history.
Facts.
Certainly in modern history.
Facts.
Who
you got, brother?
It's on me.
It's
It's
on you,
last
brother.
one on me.
Last one.
I remember last week when we got into this gentleman in the Chronicles.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Your
the
argument.
Chronicles that not only was I correct in my
No, you wasn't.
statement.
Yeah, you was
But-
kinda off, my
You was off, my brother. You was off.
I
Don't let
mean,
you try,
you know,
man.
listen, quite.
You say
Frankly.
Jesus Christ? Come
A
on,
fucking
man.
legend, bro.
Come
A
on, man.
legend.
You gotta stop being a
Motherfucker walked
spook
on
god,
water,
bro.
cuz. All right.
Allegedly.
So listen, no. 1961, July 15th.
Okay.
A day
A great one?
in history
A great one?
that the world will forever be indebted to.
Okay. Get into
The
it.
world's greatest actor was born. Professor, do you know who this is?
In his mind.
Also,
In his mind.
side note, I hope you're looking up at least one person to talk about.
I did look up a
Thank
person.
God. That's Bailey shit right there, okay?
Because she's trying to save you because she know you fucked up with this
She's trying to save
one.
herself. She knew I was going to come to her and try to embarrass her, but she's prepared. all
I
right?
stay prepared.
She know you fucked
Okay.
up
Fuck
with
this
this
fool.
one.
You'll never
She
get
said
me
the
sleeping.
greatest actor. Come on, man.
Greatest actor of all time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't do it. Who are you gonna name?
Oh, you should
Forrest
know
motherfucking Whitaker.
Oh my
Are you
god.
kidding me?
The greatest actor of all
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Come on now. Listen, okay, so born again, 1961, July 15th. In Longview, Texas, which is interesting. He has,
Family, if y'all can
as
see
far
the
as I
look
tell,
that
he
his
doesn't
sister
have
is
an
giving
accent.
him.
like this.
He doesn't have an accent, which is interesting being born in Texas. I thought that was just fucking
Texas,
amazing.
baby.
That's why he chose him.
Slab.
A lot
Now-
of people born in like southern states don't have southern accents.
Hey.
That's super common.
That's not actually
you
true,
fucking
but
get your facts ready about your
That's not
person,
really true,
I'll get
but
my
we'll
facts
go.
ready about my person, okay?
but he ain't the greatest
I'm attacked from
motherfucking
two sides of
actor.
the table right now, and I'm uncomfortable with it. So if you
I
give
didn't
me
say
take
that.
turns-
I
Gentlemen,
didn't do
remember,
that.
if she makes a move, we all rush her together. That's the only way to take her down.
I don't engage
I'll
in
take at
violence.
least one of you down.
I don't
Don't
engage
get
in
rushed,
violence.
so-
I don't hit women. I don't engage
I
in
already
violence.
told you if she's planning on attacking you, then I'm holding you while she attacks you.
Shit hits the fan.
World's
Let me get my
greatest
chair.
actor.
No, he's not. My chair ready for
Man,
this.
don't adjust that chair.
I just
again,
did.
I swear to God.
I just
can't
fucking
stand it
did.
when chairs be adjusted.
Go
I
talk.
just lose my
Go
shit.
ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, okay.
I'm getting belligerently drunk here. I'm about to do something great.
How do you know he wasn't born there and moved somewhere else? And that's why he doesn't have the accent. I'm just saying.
But you know, you're gonna see. You take my sister's side. That's what
I'm
this
not
is.
taking nobody's
That's
side. I'm
fine.
just giving
Get on with the greatest actor in the world, please.
your bullshit.
Now, this young man, born in '61, was born and diagnosed with ptosis.
Okay.
P-T-O-S-I-S.
That's what the sleepy eye
I don't know
comes
if the
from.
T yet.
Okay.
It's droopy eye is from that. I don't know. Do you pronounce the T? I'm totally confused.
You do.
About that. Okay.
You do.
Ptosis.
Ptosis.
1982.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talked about this before, I believe, but can anyone name the first movie Forrest Whitaker was in?
Fast Times, Ridgemont High.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That movie is a classic.
Classic.
I love watching that movie every chance I get. Because it has Sean Penn in there and a couple other
Yep.
legends
I mean, just
that
about
just
everyone who who was in that movie became famous to some extent.
Almost, yeah.
For sure. And a decent movie at that.
Yeah, it was good.
Now, he went on to be in Bloodsport at some point.
Yeah, he was the agent, one
And
of the
then
federal
my
agents.
favorite movie, the one that sealed the deal as far as I'm concerned, is him being the greatest, is Ghost Dog Way the Samurai.
Yeah.
He didn't do much martial arts, but he had a particular affinity for the martial arts themselves.
Talk
the
about it.
discipline, wherein his character followed the way of the samurai, the book. That's an actual.
But didn't he actually follow some of that shit in his personal life? Didn't he
Yeah,
do
no, he actually,
Yeah.
in fact, is an avid karate practitioner.
Yeah.
He, in fact, has a black belt.
Talk about it.
So don't just run up on
There
him
we
thinking
go.
that droopy eye's a disadvantage.
He will fuck you up.
Right, eyes on the right, but it'd be that left that take care of it. So be careful.
Shout out
folks.
Forrest Whitaker.
Let's see.
He's not the
here.
greatest actor, though.
Now, there's a classic movie that we all eventually came to love at some point in time because it was like one of those but just one of those black movies that
Jason
that ascended into pop culture because of its popularity and just greatness. The one movie he directed, Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
he directed that.
He
Well,
directed
that's what I
that.
said.
Yeah.
His one and only directing credit, as far as I can tell. He might have some assistant directing
But
credits
he
at
was the
that
guy.
point.
He was the HNIC.
The guy, for sure.
He was the HNIC.
Now, anyone know the movie he eventually in 2007 won an Oscar for?
Panic Room.
No, he was.
That's
Oh,
the
he
only one I
was in
can think
that.
of.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's a pretty good
He
movie
was really
though
good
too.
at
Yeah,
that.
I forgot about that.
He played like the good guy Robert.
because that was a Jodie Foster vehicle,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Vantage
he was the
Point?
good guy, bad guy. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the good one of the
Point?
bad guys.
Huh?
Vantage Point.
What's
Hell
Vantage
no.
Point? I
He
don't
didn't
remember
win
him
no.
in
He didn't
Vantage
win no
Point.
shit for no Vantage Point.
Who did he play? He played
Dictator,
yes.
a bad guy at that.
Yes.
Which is
Oh.
very.
You talking about
classic
the
for
King of
black
Scotland?
actors to win Oscars
Yeah.
for
You
being
talking about
in
the
that.
last King of
The
Scotland?
Last King of Scotland.
Yeah.
He was a fucking monster.
He was facts here. All you gotta do is Google it. And when I did it, brother, while you was exchanging the batteries,
Yep.
it said that Forrest Whitaker has been in,
Yep.
appeared in,
Yep.
shown face in,
Please.
accredited in
Please.
at least
Yep.
94 films.
That's a good healthy amount.
Okay? Samuel L. Jackson
Sammy J.
has been in, accredited, shown face,
95.
all that, in 131 films.
Nah, don't believe it.
Google it.
Don't believe
That
it.
sounds
Google
right.
it.
That sounds
Google,
right.
Google it.
I'm deciding not to Google.
Yeah,
this.
he's scared. And
John Travolta.
hold on.
for-
And Samuel L. Jackson has been in every fucking Star Wars movie that's came out in the
don't even know what that is.
Huh?
That pisses me off, Black.
Huh?
You don't know what Battlefield Earth is?
Huh?
It was a book first and became a horrible movie afterwards.
And Samuel L. Jackson has been a part of every Star Wars film that's been coming out since the 2000s.
Hold up.
That's a fact.
Hold up now.
I can't
Obi-Wan.
think of
Phone booth. He was in Phone Booth.
Who was in
Classic.
phone booth?
Forrest Whitaker. He was a cop trying to get Colin Farrell.
Oh,
to
yeah,
walk
yeah,
out the
yeah.
That's in
Yeah,
Phone Booth.
yeah. That's not a classic, brother.
Boo.
Bullshit.
You got me
was in.
fucked up.
He was in.
The Substitute kills
Hold
that.
up.
Butler, though. Forrest Whitaker was in The Butler.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's an excellent movie.
Yeah. Servitude
So I
shit.
win. Forrest
Of
Whitaker's the
course.
best. Bye, everyone.
Of course. Servitude.
Man.
Not with that
Yeah.
name, but...
All right. So that's my last guy there. The world's greatest actor. The world's greatest living actor.
I can't agree to that.
Mm.
He ain't the greatest, and he has not
So
been
you're
in more
going
films.
Sammy is the greatest, and that's
I'm
your
not
personal-
saying that.
Who's
We're
your-
comparing these two.
Who's your personal favorite?
Personal favorite.
Yep, actor of all time.
I don't have one.
Because my second is Tom Cruise.
We got a couple reviews
Oh, yeah,
that
my
we
bad.
yeah, moving past this, let's
Yeah.
got a couple
let's
reviews.
keep the ball rolling, gentlemen.
We went to
Fuzzy's top.
no, we already
No,
we
yeah,
already
we
did
decided
Fuzzy.
we-
We already,
yeah.
we already
Okay,
did
whatever
that.
about, yeah.
You jumping the gun, brother.
I'm sorry.
We, in fact, SquadKast found ourselves west of the Mason-Dixon.
West.
Super West. Out there in Milwaukee, we hit up Q'd Barbecue.
Q'd.
K-U-E-D, I believe. It's
Yeah,
a very
cute.
special spelling.
Look it up.
I'll just go first here. I am chefing of all.
You recommended the
After
place,
all,
so you better go first.
Absolutely.
Goddammit.
This is not my first venture there. I did have a different food this time, though. I had the brisket nachos.
Yeah.
And boy, delicioso.
Okay. Okay.
Brisket was on point.
Yeah.
The cheese, I had like corn, onions, tomatoes, the whole nine. Fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I loved it. And had a nice frosty sir mocha. But I approved. It is delicious barbecue.
Okay. Brother Black, go.
So I got a little mixed platter. I have the little one with me. So we got I got him some naked wings, and I got some wings with some ribs. The ribs they had some nice taste to them. They were nice and smoked.
Shout out to the swine. That good
The
old pork.
chicken, they were smoked as well. Initially, I said that I wanted them to take them back and cook them a little bit longer, but what they explained is they're a little bit more on the red side from, I guess, the smoke.
No, let me tell you what she said.
Okay, I'll let him.
She
please
said
explain.
the reason why the wings were pink or red was from a chemical reaction from them smoking them. That is what she said.
Basically.
So to expand.
So a chemical reaction to chicken, don't sound too good.
Well, it's an internal.
I don't give a fuck, brother. She said chemical reaction to the chicken. You could say that to 1,000 people, and they're probably gonna come to the same conclusion to me that
Brother
maybe
D-
you shouldn't have ate that motherfucking chicken,
DJ
brother.
Kitchen cut nobody no breaks, so you better come with the right color to me out the gate. All right.
So-
No, that
Good
would be that.
wing, too.
So
For sure. I mean, the wings look fine to me, but I get it for sure.
So that's ultimately, just to finish giving my review, that's what I'm used to. Even with baked chicken, I'm not used to that reddish look. So I agree with what.
Out of
I
5
went
stars,
with
how
what-
many you giving them? Out of 5 stars, how many you giving
I
them?
give him a 3.5.
Oh my
Okay,
God!
that's fair. I'm gonna
Because
give him 4.
The chicken, I wasn't sick. I didn't end up having a
There you go.
shit bricks
It
the
was
next
good.
morning or no
It
shit
was
like
good.
that. So it was okay. My baby
There
didn't
you
say he had
go.
a tummy ache, so I'm not gonna hate on him.
Well, Captain,
Like,
what you
okay,
have?
I had sides as well. Can you fucking stop cutting me off?
Am I cutting you
You
off, my bad,
motherfuckers
brother?
are fucking killing me, baby. Fuck, you dropped the fucking
You know
football
you're right.
one
You got all
time.
this wisdom. I
One
apologize. I
motherfucking
keep cutting.
time. I got the fucking garlic mashed potatoes and some
Whoop-de-doo.
fucking baked beans.
Wow,
Way to
like
go.
that's
We're
regular
being
shit.
Transparent, right?
That's regular shit.
We're being transparent,
Were
right?
the mashed
Way to
potatoes
fucking
delicious?
go.
Were they good?
Yeah,
They had good
nice
flavor.
seasoning
Were they
and
fluffy?
flavor.
Good
Were they
barbecue?
warm?
The ribs
Did they
was
fill you
pretty
up?
Good. Fuck
Okay.
you. Go to you, motherfucker.
You a piece
Fucking
of shit.
assholes.
Nothing but love in this studio right now.
Yeah, whatever, motherfuckers. Anyway, my experience.
What did you get, motherfucker? Was it dry? Was it tasty? Now go on to the next
Yeah,
motherfucker.
what did you get actually? What I don't even remember what you got.
I got a beef brisket. That's all I don't eat. I don't fuck with the swine, brother. So I got beef brisket, and I wanted to try their house chips. So I got that, and the whatever kind of dip that they had. But the beef brisket was fire. I'm not gonna lie, we ain't gonna cap about that at all.
Yeah, that brisket I had.
The brisket was fire. The house chips, you know, we're hit or miss. Domestic violence. You know, some
Was that
weird.
a nod too?
Right.
That was.
Here's them chips.
Are you pro or against?
That was. I mean, they just weren't consistent. You know, the chips weren't really consistent with me. But I mean, for the ones I ate and consumed, they were good. The brisket was good. I didn't appreciate the cold piece of bread they gave me though. I mean, they gave me a cold piece of Texas toast. I didn't really. appreciate
brisket,
that.
cold toast, and chips.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like a military meal.
Yeah,
To be
it
quite
is.
honest with you.
You know. But overall,
my
out
nachos
of
were on those same chips.
they
actually.
were, yeah. Out of 5 stars, I'm giving them a 2, maybe 2.5.
God, the Capo don't fuck around.
Yeah, that's harsh.
He's got some fucking requirements, man.
I mean,
right?
when
Point blank, period. I respect that
you
shit.
tell your customers
Boom.
that the chicken is a reaction to a chemical reaction,
You should never say the word chemical in your
you
restaurant.
lost a star off of rip. You like you don't tell your patrons that a chemical reaction to their food.
But
Like, you don't
maybe
do
this
that.
is
You
just
don't
a
do
basic,
that. Maybe it's a poor choice of words.
It's science. It's not about that they've done anything inappropriate. It's just the science is that when you apply these things, i.e. a cooking method with this kind of meat, the chemical reaction, the natural chemical reaction.
You're
is this.
smoking chicken. What fucking chemical reaction are you talking about?
Hey, it sounds like this is the moment where Capo needs to do a little Googling.
Okay,
No.
okay,
Like I
That's
said,
all I'm
I
okay,
never heard of that.
okay.
You might next week.
Okay.
In fact, we come with it. You be like, here's my
I've
information.
never
There's-
heard-
He's known for smoking some shit, and I ain't never heard him say that.
I
It's a part
never
of his
heard
chemical
him.
reaction.
Exactly.
I gotta give you that
Exactly.
shit because I've
Looking
smoked
like
plenty of
this.
food and I never had anything red or pink about it.
Okay, okay. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Come on now.
I never.
It's pretty
That-
fucked
that-
up.
that
You didn't
confirms
say
it right
nothing when
there.
she
But,
said that
but
bullshit
let's
either.
be honest though, brother DJ, because once she gave that explanation, Black got on down.
And I wish I could have.
He said, "Fuck it."
And I wish I could have had a conversation with him about that in the car ride home.
No, let's keep the show rolling here. Brother DJ,
Yes, sir.
can you hit us with the battle of the week, please?
Man, oh man.
Who we got?
Y'all-
Who's coming with that heat this week?
Y'all ever want to see a dead body?
Oh shit! Yeah, show me the body, bro.
So, shout out to Smack for putting out this dead body. You motherfucker, boy. Use your cold piece for this. Somebody get the forensic outlines, the chalk, and all that because he put out Arsenal the Rebel versus Drugz. And if y'all don't know who Drugz is, he's from DC. He's with the DMV movement. He's Goonies with New Jersey Twerk and a couple other people out here. Their battle rap crew is pretty well known as of right now, compared to when they first started out. But Arsenal is a fucking legend. Arsenal is it's a competition between him and DNA as being the most viewed battle rapper of all time. Their views goes beyond the hundreds of millions.
Okay.
That goes into that much.
I see.
So, you know, Arsenal's been on Slaughterhouse, you know, the Eminem reality series about battle rap, along with a couple other well-known battle rappers. But so that was a good look for Drugz to get somebody of his capacity, star power, viewership. Is going to, you know, put him in a different light than most battle rappers. But the light that he's going to be in, or rather the dirt that Arsenal put him in, it wasn't too good. 3 rounds of pure disrespect is what Arsenal's known for. I mean, he didn't get the name Mr. Disrespectful for no reason. He will talk about your mom, your grandmother, your kids. They're going to die a million times, a million ways. You know, he's going to spit in your food and feed it to you. Torture, all that shit. That's what he's known for, and Drugz definitely got abused, no pun intended, bars. It was bad. It was bad. I don't know why Smack put that out, but you know, every battle doesn't go your way sometimes, so I believe it's going to be a learning experience for Drugz. But watch that fucking battle. That's it. And for a lot of Arsenal fans, watch it. You're going to be happy. For the Drugz fans, look at that, and you can give him some insight on how you guys feel he could have did maybe just a little bit better.
Check the description for the link. We'll have that in there.
URLTV.tv, YouTube, Battle of the Week. Next week, I'm going to highlight another female battle. Shout out the ladies a little bit more. I got a death stare from Erica earlier when we was talking about people that we were discussing as far as the who we felt we wanted to give light
Professor,
to.
do you want to take a quick shout out to your favorite battle rapper?
I know literally 0 battle rappers.
All right, back to DJ.
So that's the battle of the week, and like I said, next week I'm gonna give you a female battle. But Black got to spotlight some businesses,
local businesses.
Who we got this week, brother?
In the Iowa area, so I'll go ahead and spot out Joy's Cleaning Services.
Shout out Joy.
So if you want to look her up on Facebook, she does residential and commercial cleaning services.
This is dope.
And then we also have Pro Paint.
Okay.
They do a list of carpentry services, so you can look that up as well on Facebook. You'll see the links on tomorrow's episode when we drop. And those were the 2 businesses that I have for you for this week.
Shout out to Joy and shout out to Pro Paint, making a platform. Shout out Brother Black for bringing them to the table.
Definitely.
Well, I'd like to take a quick moment here to give a quick shout out to Professor Coco.
El Presidente.
Showing up in the studio today. We're
Baby
actually,
sis.
To be honest, we're here under somber circumstances. Father Bailey is in the hospital. He's not doing too well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
He's under some recovery. So that's why she brought her into town. So I thought I'd take an opportunity, though, to bring her in, show her what the hell we're doing here.
Exactly.
She has something smart to say, which is always a given. So yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you taking a quick moment and letting us cut your wisdom time to time over the last hour or so here. So
shout out
I
Eric.
just want to say that nobody can ever cut my wisdom because my wisdom is cutless. So
wow,
spoken like a true Bailey.
Yeah, there we go.
She's probably gonna uppercut your ass once we cut the
There we go. There
Yep.
we go. There we go.
So
well, here we are, gentlemen. Episode 14, another successful SquadKast podcast. Actually, you know what? I want to take a quick second. Shout out to A-Rail. I appreciate you coming through last week, brother. I apologize. We couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with this goddamn audio. But we're going to have him back soon. So
look him up on A-Rail The Chosen IG.
Bam. So the link about right there.
Bam.
All right. So, all right. So that being said,
Peace,
another
family.
episode of SquadKast podcast. See y'all next week.
Y'all be easy.
Peace.